What is going on, everyone? Welcome to After Hours Live here at the Specific Chiropractic Centers. It's our first time going live. For those of you that are watching, let us know in the comments if everything's working just fine, because coming in the new year, we have a ton of amazing things that are coming your way as we do these every single Wednesday. So to get started, we're going to kind of rotate through here. I'm going to go first, and then the other doc's going to go after, giving you our top holiday health hacks. The one I want to bring you today is one that we often don't express enough about, which is giving ourselves grace during the holiday season. You see, oftentimes when the holidays come around, I'm guilty of it too. There's a lot of eating involved. There's a lot of sweets. There's a lot of stressors of family and things like that. But the big thing I want to let you know today, one of the health hacks I want to talk about, is giving yourself grace. Because the reality is you're probably going to go off the radar for a second in regarding to your health goals. And that's completely fine, because what we want to do is we want to position ourselves going into the new year to continue to stick to it. And so the health hack I have for you today is just that. Show yourself some grace as we prepare and enter ourselves into the holiday season. But there are some things that we can do mindset-wise heading into it to kind of prepare for that season, okay? So the first thing is this. Understand that the holidays are coming, okay? As you go to your family dinner or friend dinner or Friendsgiving or friend's Christmas party, whatever it is, know that it's okay to mess up on your diet, okay? It's okay to do it. Where it starts to become a problem is where we go from one end to the next. So we start Christmas Day, and then we go to the day after Christmas, and then the day after Christmas, and then the day after Christmas. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we put barriers. These barriers are going to be important because those barriers allow us to stop ourselves from overdoing it. And I'm guilty of this, especially when I was wrestling in college. So that's the first thing I have for you, is prepare yourself mentally when you're heading into these dinners saying, okay, I'm going to have this dinner, but I'm going to stick to my health goals and what my health goals are the remainder of the time. Number 2 health hack that we want to go ahead and talk about right now is the ability to bounce back. Now, what I mean by this is don't wait until the new year to bounce back. Christmas happens roughly a week before the new year actually starts. And so what you can do is you can give yourself a heads up between the week of Christmas and New Year's. And what this is going to do is allow you to get a head start going into the new year. Because the thing is, when the new year starts, everything just doesn't magically reset, right? But in our heads, we start to think that way, where all of a sudden everything just resets. The reality is when you wake up January 1st, 2024, it's just another day. So what we have to do is position ourselves and give ourselves the ability to bounce back. Step 3, another health hack I have for you today, is make sure that you are setting your goals going into before Christmas. So take this week, take next week, and what you want to do is you really want to dive deep into knowing and understanding what your goals are before January 1st. Because when that happens, I'm telling you right now, if you wait until January to plan your goals for 2024, you are already too late. We don't want you to be too late here at the Specific Chiropractic Centers, because we see it all the time in people that have chronic health conditions where, they wait to be able to get the issue addressed, and they wait to be able to plan and make goals for themselves. And to be quite frank, that doesn't have to happen. Maybe after this live, you even take some time, take a step back and think about what your goals are. We want to break those goals into different categories. These are the categories I break mine down into. Number 1, spiritual goals. What are some things that you're trying to implement spiritually heading into the new year? Because what you can do is you can get a head start on it now. Don't wait to go into the new year to start going to church every single Sunday. Try to go at least once or twice. If you haven't been in a while, try to go once or twice throughout this time heading into the new year to give yourself a head start. Number 2 is health goals. So what this may look like, it may look like a weight loss goal, or something that I've been focusing on is a body fat percentage goal. That's actually a lot better to focus on rather than just weight. Number 3 are family goals. What are you trying to accomplish as a family? Everyone knows how close I am with my family, how close I am with my wife, how close I am with my kids, how close I am with the community around me. And so, what are my intentions as a family heading into the new year that's going to really, really help us, engage us going again into that new year? Number 4, what are your personal goals? Now, this is separate from health goals. Okay. A personal goal is, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? For example, going into 2024, I play piano already, but I want to become more proficient at the piano and know all the keys on the piano. But secondly, I want to be fluent, or not fluent, but I want to understand Hebrew. So I speak a little bit of Hebrew right now. I want to amplify that experience to be able to understand Hebrew when people are talking. So those are some personal goals for me. Okay. So what you want to do is take all this in consideration for planning your health goals. I want to go back to my first point for a second. This holiday season. Far too often, what we do in our minds is we may have been doing good all year, or we may be slowly not doing good, but you want to be able to set yourself up for success. And that starts by giving yourself grace this season. Oh, I hear the music. The music's going on. That means I'm signing off. God bless every single one of you watching. I hope you found this valuable. Next up, we have another doc here at the Specific Chiropractic Center. Until next time, see ya.
All righty, you guys probably just listened to the coolest song in town, because you already know that Dr. Chris got that walk-up song on lock. I know you guys probably just got some fantastic tips from Dr. Cam over there, going in on goal settings, going in on the spiritual pieces of the holidays, going in on the family piece of the holidays, trying to do all of those things. But we're here to talk about happy holiday health hacks, and each of us are coming from a different perspective. For myself, when we do this, the first step is obviously going to need to be subscribed to this After Hours Live, because when you do that, then you're going to start getting tips every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. here live from the clinic. How we're going to be flowing this is basically a new doc every single Wednesday, rotating it around for us to be able to give you guys the best quality content and value as possible on how to manage your health at home. Okay. So click that subscribe button in the comments below And we're going to get you guys all revved up, geared up to have the happiest, healthiest 2024 that you've had so far, which makes sense because it's the first 2024 for everybody. So we're going in on that. We're talking about how to bounce back from the holidays, how to regroup and get geared up. One of my favorite things to do is actually how to think about what I'm going to be focusing on for 2024 for a new year. Isn't necessarily going in on holiday resolutions, New Year's resolutions. Okay. So when we try and pick some big goal, saying like, I'm going to go to the gym every single day for the year, 365, how realistic is that? Probably not realistic. We love setting these mega lofty goals and it never pans out. We probably hit bust, 3 weeks into January. We hit empty, we run out of gas, and then we just fall flat. We're back to where we were in fall of 2023. Now we repeat that process year in, year out. Because why? Because we don't have a system or a plan set in place. We just set the goal and just hope that it occurs without actually changing the behavior behind making the goal happen. It's one of my favorite health hacks, especially year in, year out, is picking just 2 things to go in on that year and go down the rabbit hole. I'm not saying to do something every single day for the rest of the year. I'm telling you and recommending to pick 2 things and just go down a rabbit hole, and whatever you learn, that's what you apply. And you start figuring out the tweaks and the recipe that's unique to you, that works for you and your daily lifestyle and your family, and going in, week out, months at a time. For example, here's what I did. 2022, I went in on tea and meditation. I didn't set no expectations. I didn't set any standards for myself or any goals. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to dive in on this stuff because I want to figure it out. And now, me 2 years later, I have tea almost every day. I don't have coffee anymore. I meditate almost every single day. That helps me show up being the best doctor I can possibly be for my patients. So then what I do in 2023, the same concept, except what I went in on was breath work and food. I want to figure it out. I didn't set any expectation. I didn't tell myself I'm going to eat a salad for 365 days, or I'm going to do breath work every single time I lay horizontal. I just said I'm going to go learn about it. So I picked a book, I read about it, learned about it, started reading some studies, started actually looking up YouTube videos. What do people do? And that has completely transformed how I view health, how I go about my own well-being, and also recommendations for patients. So what I'm telling you to do is really reflect and think about, okay, what are 2 things regarding my health that I would love to just go in on for this next year? Some people, it might be food. Some people, it might be exercise. Some people, it might be reading. Some people, it might be journaling. Whatever it ends up being, just pick 2 things to go in on, and then that's your theme for the year. And then what you're going to end up realizing is that probably by about spring, summer, you're going to start doing things because you've been learning about it, you've been reading about it. And you're like, wow, this is actually going to be really beneficial for the longevity and prolongation of health span of my life. I'm going to start doing these things rather consistently. And you're going to create your own little tweaks and recipes for how often you need to do it, what is going on during your day, during your week, and you're going to start stacking it up. And now you're going to create a habit that actually lasts the entire year. And you didn't have the habit because of a New Year's resolution that you picked, because most of the time the New Year's resolutions that we pick are way too extravagant, are way too unrealistic, and we fall short before January even ends. We all hear about the people going to the gym, busting it for a week, and then you fall off the map. You hear about all the people that are trying to go on the treadmill at home for 2 months, and they got no accountability, and they fall off in 5 weeks. What I'm here to tell you is, instead of picking, okay, I'm going to run the treadmill every single day, how about I'm going to figure out how to get really good at running. I'm going to play with it for the whole year. And when you start playing with it, and then by the end of the year, if you go 365 days of just trying to figure it out, just trying to learn, and just going with that open mindset, by the end of the year, you're going to have a super, super sturdy foundation that you'll be able to lean on for ideally and hopefully the rest of your life. For myself, my next 2 things I'm going to be picking out for 2024 really is objective measures, specifically VO2 max and basal metabolic rate. Those are the 2 things that I'm going to be focusing on, 2 things I'm going to go down the rabbit hole on. And ideally what that's going to lead to is by the end of 2024, I'm going to have a super sturdy foundation of those two things, how powerful they are, how important and impactful they are for my long-term health. And I'm going to be leaning on that stuff for the rest of my life because I took the time in this year to just focus on those two things and get really, really good at understanding how those actually work. So take a little time. I invite you to take a little moment right now and just think about, okay, what are two things I want to clean up? Two things I haven't figured out I want me to do. Some people, they might be like, I want to figure out what I can do to get rid of my headaches. Some people want to be like, I want to figure out how to eat less sugar. Some people might want to be, I want to figure out what I can do to get better sleep. There's probably a wide variety, 100%. There's a wide variety of what you're going to be able to do with those two things. And it's unique to every single person. And then you just go down the rabbit hole with it, watch the YouTube videos, read the books, apply it with your own lifestyle, talk about it with your friends, ask what they do, what they have going on. And it's going to end up resulting in probably one of your healthiest and happiest years yet. So those are two super, super critical pieces. It's just a button. All you gotta do is click it. It's nice and easy, simple. Do the dang thing. Guess what? I'll see you next time.
What is up, everybody? Dr. Grant here, coming in to wrap us out on the Holiday Health Hacks 2023. My goodness, what an absolutely amazing year. I first just want to thank every one of you who are tuning into our channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down in the YouTube channel that makes sure you get all of our notifications coming up in 2024 about all the amazing things we have upcoming. And the large majority of those things we're going to be doing right here through our YouTube channel. And also in our free group, make sure you've joined our free group, Happier, Healthier Arkansas. If you have not done so, it's where we drop all of our guides. It's where we drop all of our announcements, where we drop everything and anything that is the Specific Chiropractic Centers in 2024 right into your Facebook as well as through your YouTube channel. Listen, our vision has never been more clear here at the Specific Chiropractic Centers, and that is to take Arkansas to be the happiest, healthiest community in existence. Not in the United States, not in the world, in existence. And some people are trying to tell us those are lofty goals. I'm here to tell you that is what we're about, and that's what we're going to do. Make sure you also download our app. I'm just going to get right into this. I'm going to wrap us out here on some of my holiday health hacks. And I first just want to start by saying this. One of the things I try to do every single year when it comes to the holidays is I try to, and this is a mental kind of exercise I think is really important for a lot of people, because the holidays can tend to be a very stressful time, and they don't have to be. In fact, they shouldn't be. They should be a time of celebration. They should be a time of happiness, cheer, all the things that our, Christmas songs tend to talk about. Being joyful, merry, happy, all these things. And what's sad to me is that a lot of times the holidays aren't that way. And maybe it's because of a health concern. If it is, I want to invite you in 2024 to start the journey with us. Help us make 2024 an impactful year for you. 2024 can be your best year yet. And I encourage you, it can be that way. It doesn't have to, the default can be health. It doesn't have to be the exception or the rule. To be honest, the rule is health. And let me just tell you this, what I want you to do is I want you to think for a second that if you were God forbid, diagnosed with a terminally ill condition, and you knew that this was going to be your last Christmas, the last Christmas holiday that you were ever going to experience, what would you do to celebrate it? And here's what I'm here to tell you. Every one of us should really aim to treat the holidays that way because we're not promised tomorrow. We know this. And what I find saddening is that if we look at the holidays as if, oh, well, next Christmas I'll do it different, or the one after that I'll do it different. The first hack I want to give you is this. I want you to approach this with your family, your friends, and your loved one as if this might be my last one. And if you do that, what you're going to hack is you're going to unlock your relationships. You're going to go into it with a different mindset in the holidays as you hang out with your families, as you hang out with your friends. And you're going to be able to take that time. And the most important part is you're going to be present in those relationships and in those interactions with people that you have in that Christmas season. So that's health hack number one during the holidays. Treat it as if it's your very last one. We're not promised tomorrow. And who knows? It very well could be. We never know when our last day is. And I would certainly want to make sure that as we go into this holiday season, that is not something that's going to be a mental roadblock for you. Number two is this. When it comes to holiday treats, what is your favorite holiday treat? And don't stay away from it. Whatever it is, it's the end of the year. Hopefully we've hit goals. Hopefully we're celebrating goals. Hopefully that this is the time of year we're able to lay back a little bit, maybe eat that thing that maybe you wouldn't normally eat, drink that thing you wouldn't normally drink. All of these things that we kind of celebrate during the holidays, splurge a little bit. This is the time of splurging season. A lot of people would say, this is the time of year where you coast in your business, you coast in your life, you coast when it comes to your health goals. I'm certainly not saying that that's the case either. You see us on here, we're grinding, we're trying to deliver to you value at the end of the year. We're not coasting it up. In fact, we're just getting warmed up. But it's because our vision and our clarity is super clear on what it is we're trying to do. So what I want you to do is really focus on 2024 and what is it you're trying to set out to do? What is it you're trying to accomplish? Let's say for you, it's I want to live 2024 free of this autoimmune condition that has been sucking the life out of me for the last decade. That's plausible and that's achievable for you. And we're going to help give you tools over the next year to try to help give you the resources and the things necessary to make that happen, because we too want to partner with you in making sure that that's the case. But it starts with a mindset. And so maybe you're entering the holidays and you're suffering from something like alpha-gal syndrome. And you're like, hey, I can't eat meats. I know I can't eat meats. I got to stay away from cheese. I can't drink a beer. Here's what I'm here to tell you. This is the time of year where you've got to celebrate and really take an inventory on what is the most important asset to you, which is your health and your body and the relationships that you surround yourself with. Splurge a little bit over the holidays, but do so with a mindset of next year, I'm going to do this and it's going to be a completely different outcome. I'm not going to wake up sick. I'm going to not be anxious about this. And that's the third tip I want to kind of just really focus on for this evening. When we were talking about, and us, the docs here at the Specific, we were talking about holiday health hacks. The number one thing that I see and talk to a lot of people over the last 9 years and managing thousands of people, when it comes to the holidays, there's always a ringing theme that everybody seems to always suffer from, and it's anxiety. Everybody has anxiety around the holidays. Maybe you're going to anxiety around seeing that uncle you only see once a year, or anxiety around the fact that you don't like being, a lot of people are going to be in your house, anxiety around the fact that you got to travel, anxiety about the fact that your sleep schedule might get messed up. Listen, anxiety is very simply put when it comes to what actually causes physiologically inside of our bodies anxiety to occur. And it is really simple, to be honest with you. It is a mental realm of the unknown. It's simply looking at something that you really don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you got 10 people coming over to your house. Is somebody going to knock over a vase that I've had for 30 years? Is somebody going to not like my turkey? Is somebody going to not like my cranberry vodka drink I make every year that I think's amazing, but I'm not sure if anyone else is going to? There's all these stupid things that we get anxiety over that honestly, at the end of the day, nobody will remember or care about. It's the memories that are made during the holidays, oftentimes that are surrounded by the things that at the time maybe make you anxious, pissed, maybe even stressed or scared. Those are oftentimes the things you look back on from the holidays and memories with our families that we really learn to cherish. It's not always going to go perfect. And I'm here to break the news to you. Watching this right now. The holidays are not going to go perfect for you. Something's going to mess up. Somebody's going to get upset, and there's inevitably always going to be drama. Anxious around drama, anxiety around drama within the household. Listen, back to number one. Let's just treat it as if this quite possibly could be the very last one you're ever going to get to experience around the people that you love the most and you care the most about, which is why you're around them on the holidays. Give them extra hugs. Tell somebody you appreciate and love them. It's going to be uncomfortable, but tell them that. Because if you don't know it's going to be the last one, and if you knew it was going to be the last one, you certainly would do that. Now I hear the music chiming in, which means only one thing. That means we're going to need to wrap it up here. I just want to encourage you, as we set out for the holidays, envision what 2024 is going to look like for you. Envision what you want it to look like. The best part about planning and looking ahead to a year in front of us is that you are in ultimate control of what that year is going to look like. There's a whole bunch of things that we can control. There's a whole lot of things we can't control. What we like to focus on at the specific are the things we can control. And what we believe is that health is one of those things. So as we journey into 2024, enjoy the holidays, surround yourself by the people you love the most, set the goals for 2024, set the mindset, set the vision. And we look forward to working with you in 2024 and making sure that 2024 is by far and away the best year you have ever had. And until then, and until next time, from the Pacific Chiropractic Center's happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.